Zakis Kamilaris makes his living in one of the most beautiful conservation areas in the Balkans. The Evros River Delta is home to countless rare bird species. But it's also part of the border between Greece and Turkey, a dangerous transit zone for people fleeing to Europe.
These are the remnants of a boat that refugees used to try to come over from the other side. Apparently the weather was bad and the people drowned. Only the boat remains. There's the Evros River, and beyond that is Turkey. The ford is just 50 meters wide, but crossing is dangerous because the current's very strong. So those who can't swim drown.
Miners who survive the treacherous crossing end up in this house on the outskirts of the border town of Alexandropli, if they're lucky. Children from around the world, ranging in age from 2 to 16, live here. They've lost their parents, some for good, because they died trying to get here. Others were separated from their families on the way and are waiting to be reunited with them. That group includes 12-year-old Mehran from Afghanistan. For the past 6 months, he and his 2 siblings have lived in the home, where they're learning to read and write in Greek.
We came here to Greece together, but then my mother went ahead to Germany to see if it was safe there. We're waiting to see if we can join her.
If their parents have been located outside of Greece, the children can only see them on internet video chats. Even within the EU, the hurdles for reuniting refugee families are very high. Varying asylum procedures in different countries are difficult to reconcile, even when minors are involved. The home workers look for foster parents around the world for the orphaned children. For the director of this home, the greatest reward comes when the children are reunited with their mothers. But when refugees die, as in the latest incident near Lampedusa in Italy, it hits everyone here hard.
That was shocking news for all of us. A huge tragedy. But what I keep thinking about are the reasons why people flee their homes and the risks they take. The fence our government recently put up along part of the border with Turkey increases the risk for refugees because now they'll try more dangerous routes.
The Greek government has closed up most of the gaps in the border along the Evros River, with the help of fences and the EU border control authority Frontex. Athens is hailing the border fortification as a success. But others think the drop in numbers of refugees in that area comes at a price.
Part of the problem has simply shifted to the Greek islands in the Aegean, and they're not as easy to patrol. But you shouldn't forget that the Evros was previously the easiest entry point into the EU. Until last year, 95% of the illegal refugees entered Europe through Greece. Now it's only 30%. That's a huge drop.
Mehran and the other children here are lucky. After thousands of kilometers on the run and being separated from their parents, they've found help in Greece, and they have renewed hope.
I want to get to Germany as soon as possible and live with my mother. I'm just waiting for permission from the authorities. I don't want to go back to Afghanistan. I haven't forgotten the war there.
Zakis Kalimaris also can't forget. He's seen too many bodies floating in the Evros Delta and too much indifference to the refugees' plight.
I've cried a lot. I sympathize with these people. My grandparents fled Istanbul and had to start a new life in Greece. I heard similar horror stories from my grandparents about how they got here. So I see these refugees as people. But others don't care about them.
A fisherman and a children's aid project. both trying to make a difference on Greece's fortified border.